dig up the Cavern of Souls. And it's not like Shaheen's countering so many spells anyway.
Well, he does have the 2 Armageddons, which he saw him put used to the first time he was on camera.
Did he?
Yeah, he cast Armageddon against the Trading Post guy.
No, that was somebody else.
That was someone else?
Yeah.
Rats! All right, well, we've seen how good Armageddon can be.
Against the control deck,
Against
sure.
control decks, and he does have 2 of them in his sideboard. But before we get to that point, Josh and Shaheen are going to be playing with, of course, their 60-card main decks, and you think that...
I think Shaheen has the deck advantage, yeah. I think Josh played super well in his matchup earlier today, and I mean, I don't know, you know, I'm certainly not going to say Shaheen didn't play super well. I think Josh played with his back against the wall and won a game that
it was very unrealistic for him to win, yeah.
Unlikely for him to win.
I did see that. He played to his outs. He had to hope his opponent drew like 2 or 3 lands in a row, and he did.
And not just that, but he just played perfect to stay alive.
Yes.
Like, and then all of a sudden he had taken control of the game.
So it looks like Shaheen is going to be on the play here. I believe both players have kept their opening hands. Shaheen has led with Underground Sea.
Cavern of Souls.
Naming Human, most likely.
That's a hell of a thing to name, yeah.
And that's Noble Hierarch. Human, possibly the best tribe in Legacy. It's close.
You think?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's lots of options.
Ooh.
I'm a big fan of Core Artificers myself, as is Shaheen Soorani, who's going to play Stoneforge Mystic.
Stoneforge Mystic isn't human?
Nope, Core.
Looks human.
Core.
What is a Core?
It's so I think that the Core are originally from Wrath, R-A-T-H, which is in the Tempest block cycle, and they were some of the people that were trapped in the like there's Nomad's End Core and Shaman End Core and like those kind of cards from Stronghold and whatnot. And I believe that they're just human-like, but also a little bit spirit-like or cat-like or something else.
A Shaheen Encore.
Yes.
So,
nice. So he played Tundra, got Stoneforge Mystic, which searched up Batterskull.
So do you think he's already holding Umezawa's Jitte, or what? Because actually Umezawa's Jitte is really, really powerful against the Maverick.
Yeah, I was trying to sneak a peek at Shaheen's hand, and all I could see in Shaheen's hand at the time was a Jace, and so I don't know if he already has it, but the Batterskull is also very good against Maverick as it's a reusable effect. If he doesn't have the Kazali Pride Mage, it can be extremely powerful.
I think Josh is going to try to plow this Stoneforge Mystic using his Noble Hierarch, which is exactly the play that I would make, I think, given this situation.
Yeah,
and it looks like he's got a Thalia, which...
no, he does have an extra land. There's the one of Taiga in Josh's deck. The only thing that the Taiga is used for is to cast gut shots out of the sideboard without paying life.
Yeah, so let's see. Shaheen, is that a Force of Will in the corner? I was thinking hard about
Can't really. That is a Force of Will on the far left.
Actually, if he had a Force of Will, I would be likely to keep that. And I'm sorry, to try to save the guy, because look here, he had the Cavern of Souls on humans.
Yep, and then
there's an uncounterable Thalia, which is going to murder Shaheen unless he can...
Well, there's a Caracas.
Maybe not.
So
apologize.
When you've got one out in your deck, you've always got a chance. And there's Caracas from Shaheen, his one of. And so I guess it's possible that it was an Intuition, which I think is on the far right now. Shaheen's hand.
Well, he has an Intuition and
a Force.
And a Jace.
Oh, and a Jace. Yeah. Oh, and there's a Force on the far left. Yeah. Explosives on one. Interesting that he just kind of threw it out there like that, just kind of naked. I guess he would prefer Pride Mage blow it up than he have to blow it up anyway.
I mean, I don't think this is a big deal.
Yeah. All right.
Just gonna attack, whatever.
Ping him for 1, bringing Shaheen back down to 20. Thalia again.
I mean, Josh is just hassling him with these cards.
Yes.
You know, like, it's gonna make Shaheen do stuff.
Shaheen's draw is Thoughtseize. He's got Batterskull, Force of Will, Jace. Looks like another fetch land.
So is Dryad Arbor a forest?
It is.
I think he might just get Dryad Arbor to beat them.
Start attacking for 2, like in the old no-rug days? Well, unfortunately, the Dryad Arbor is in his hand. Lots of lands for Josh Ravitz.
So he's gonna... I'm sure he's taking Thalia, right?
Yeah, gotta be taking Thalia here.
I don't know, maybe he takes Path. Probably not, though.
I would doubt that he would take Path here. Yeah, there goes the Thalia.
Probably Josh is just going to rip like a Knight of the Reliquary or something. Probably.
I mean, that's what Maverick does. Like, it can just, you know, be really, really far behind, and then suddenly, there's a Green Sun Zenith for either Scavenging Ooze or Knight of the Reliquary, and suddenly there's an enormous monster on the board, and you've already used all your Swords to Plowshares. So, I mean, I like playing Maverick. Maverick's my favorite deck.
Really?
In Legacy, yep.
So what do you think? Do you think Maverick has a decent shot against Esper Stoneblade?
Well, it used to, and with the addition of Thalia, I tend to think that it does, but Shaheen's deck, first of all, I've never played against a version that main decked Lingering Souls, so I'm not sure how efficient those are at sort of just...
They're pretty awesome against
at slowing down enormous, yeah. But, you know, Maverick, the games that I always played, I just had a Mother of Runes with Knight of the Reliquary at some point eventually in the game, because Esper Stoneblade doesn't usually put on a lot of pressure. And once that happened, I could just wasteland them 4 times.
But the problem is they can put like a Jitte on a Lingering Soul, so it can fly over your squad and kill you with the
that's
Jitte.
true.
It's like if you don't have the if you
I
have the plow, you're gonna run out.
Right, and I haven't played since Dark Ascension came out. I haven't played Maverick since Dark Ascension. No, I take that back. I did play since Dark Ascension came out. I almost top-8'd Nashville, SCG Nashville with Maverick. I got 10th. And that was after Avacyn Restored. So actually, I'm just an idiot.
You must have played against...
I must have played against this deck and just forgotten about it. But if I've forgotten about it, that means I probably beat it.
So, Jason Mind Sculptor's going to hit, and this is very bad for Josh.
Yeah, this is real bad news with almost no board presence.
No real clock in play.
Yeah. Unless he drops double Hierarch and attacks with his Dryad Arbor next turn.
Which he won't.
So many lands.
But, you know, I was willing to count Josh out earlier today, and he came back to win that amazing game.
And Shaheen, without a ton of pressure right now, he's probably about to play this Batterskull at some point. One of the more upsetting plays in Magic, when your opponent activates Jace for 0 and allows you to keep it. And that's gonna end game rather quickly. So Shaheen Soorani goes up a game against Joshua Ravitz. Not really a game so much as a exercise in drawing lands.
I think Josh is going to bring in Bajuka Bog.
To be able to deal with Lingering Souls?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's good against Lingering Soul, and it's like, it's very little cost, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's probably better than Taiga.
Sure.
Maybe Pad to Exile.
Yeah,
Gaddock seems okay.
With so few threats in Shaheen's deck, I definitely see Path to Exile being a good choice.
And, well, I mean, you still have to deal with the Jaces, right?
Yes.
And then Life from Malone, probably? Like, Life from Malone plus...
to keep reusing
Wasteland
the Wastelands.
And he's got some kind of dorky stuff, does he have?
Gaddock Teagues doesn't seem like a bad choice. Shutting off Terminus.
We gotta take cards out, though.
Yes, but I think that the one of Gaddock Teague could probably come in shutting off Engineered Explosives, Batterskull, Jace, Terminus. There's lots of things.
It's always going to draw fire, though. Like, well, if he has, like, first turn Mother of Drunes and then, like, a fast Gaddock Teague, that might even, it's close to a lock even, you know? It's hard for...
Well, and Shaheen only has the one Caracas. Like, he just so happened to draw the Caracas that game.
Well, you know what, though? I'm sorry. Stoneforge Mystic's actually pretty good at getting out of that, right? Uncontested.
Well, yes. Now, on Shaheen's side of the board, Dark Blast is almost certainly going to come in. Sort of Feast and Famine, I would bet, is going to come in. Oh,
Inquisition Suite.
We have a couple of Perish, probably specifically for this matchup, and Elves, but mostly for this matchup. Yep. And Inquisition's very good.
I think he takes out Force of Will.
Oh yeah, you absolutely take out. Yeah, you take out Force of Will against Maverick.
A bear?
Yeah, you take out Force of Will against Maverick every time. Vindicate doesn't seem wonderful.
Not bad.
It's not bad. I'm just looking for things to
like,
take
how about
out.
Vendilion Click? That guy's a dork. He never
the
wins
one
any
of
fights.
Vendilion Click, yeah. I could see that guy coming out. Yeah, you're not playing against combo, so it's not like you're taking anything spicy out of their hand. They're just replacing a bear with another slightly smaller bear.
Or maybe a bigger bear, you don't even know.
Or even a bigger bear. That's right. I'm not sure how good Thoughtseize is, although I guess he's
I like
keep
Inquisition a lot more than Thoughtseize in this matchup.
Agreed. But I don't know if he keeps in the Thoughtseize and also adds, because he's got two Inquisition, 2 Thoughtseize main, 1 Inquisition in the sideboard, as well as a Cobble Therapy.
I mean, those cards are not all made equal in this matchup, right? So
right. So I'm deciding if he brings in and goes up to 6 discard or 5 discard, or if he stays at 4 and just switches.
I mean, I think
around.
for sure he's bringing the Inquisition. Whether he's taking out Thoughtseize for it is a different story. I don't think he's bringing in a Couple Therapy. Shaheen doesn't have like huge ways of like getting a 2-for-1 off of it. You know, I guess he could like Lingering Souls with it. But
that seems poor.
Josh, like, what if he misses on the first one?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't think that's a great play for him. Also, a big part of Shaheen's ability to win is going to be not getting like just completely behind of Thalia.
Yes.
So like he doesn't want a bunch of cards that are low cost that don't generate a big advantage, because he's just going to drag. Josh's deck has so much more initiative than Shaheen's deck.
Now, if he's taking out the Vendilion Click, he can't realistically bring in the Sword of Feast and Famine in this matchup, can he?
I don't know that he's taking out the Vendilion Cook. I mean, I think I would consider it.
He probably just keeps in the Sword just to have the protection. Yeah, never mind. I was being an idiot.
I mean, like he has Lingering Souls tokens to put on the Sword.
So, also out of Josh's deck, he's got the main deck Mazavith, which is obviously going to come out, almost certainly.
Really? It's not good? No. It's good against equipment, isn't it?
It's fine. It's not, I mean, that card's for, you know...
Josh left in the Taiga,
big
apparently.
Bristlebrands and whatnot. So Josh is going to play the Taiga on turn 1, which is going to go get the Dryad Arbor from his deck. I was mentioning earlier, I really appreciate the subtle pimpness of Josh's deck.
Josh is a baller.
Yeah, the FBB duels, the Guru basics. He's not going, you know, complete disco ball style with the foils.
I think Josh awaits the day that Jace gets unbanned in some big format.
Yeah.
He got a stack of them.
Oh, okay, sure. He just tips waitresses with them.
Yeah. So it's like, I gotta wait. They're gonna be like waste. You know, like nobody would have predicted Wasteland went to 60.
Looks like Josh did keep in the Mazavith.
He kept in the Taiga as well.
He knows better than I.
Oh,
so.
If he could stick the Sylvan, I think he's thinking. I think he's got to be thinking right now. Shaheen probably did not keep in Force of Will, and Spell Pierce is weak against Josh's deck. I think you just jam
absolutely
jam the Sylvan.
Jam Sylvan Library, which is what he's going to do here.
And here it is.
Shaheen only has the Flooded Strand in play. No Daze in any of his 75. Did not have a discard spell on turn 1. Beat you down with a Forest Dryad.
How much do you consider just plowing that Dryad Arbor on turn 1? Just like, because Josh like double stole the play there, right?
It's close, but I would much rather save the plow for
a bigger dude.
Yeah, either a Thalia or a Knight, preferably. If Scavenging Ooze gets out of hand, or if Mother of Runes manages to hit the table.
I think you were probably right, because Shaheen just revealed to us 2 Lingering Souls, which are just absolutely wicked against Josh's deck.
Yeah.
Like, I think of a Sylvan Library, I'm like, oh man, well, Shaheen's just going to attack it.
Yep. Basically.
You can't attack it. It's not a Planeswalker.
Yeah, that's... and given his draw here with the double Lingering Souls, Josh has to be careful not to pay too much life, because he's got 8 power, basically, in his hand and on top of his library.
So,
although it looks like Shaheen's probably going to shuffle them away. So we've got Thalia, Pride Mage, Land on top for Josh.
So I think at this point I just pay the extra. That's what I do.
All of it? Go to 12?
All of it, yeah. Like, you just put down the Thalia. Like, best case scenario for Shaheen, he has to take his entire next turn dealing with Thalia.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good play. And he also needs this land.
Yeah, and his mana's going to be tapped, and then you just jam the Green Sun Zenith. Like, I think I just take them all.
Yep.
That's what he did.
And that's what he did. Josh Ravitz going to 12 here. It also helps that he didn't have to spend any life on fetch lands this game.
Here comes Thalia.
Yep. And since it's most likely that... oh, there's a Perish in Shaheen's
Perish
hand.
that does absolutely diddly.
Well, it kills the Forest Dryad.
Agreed.
And it's going to kill this Kozali Pride Mage.
No, so I guess Shaheen can get a 2-for-1. He can't even get the 2-for-1 next turn because of the Thalia.
Yep. Not going to get the 2-for-1 on this turn, at least.
Josh is going to swing for 5 next turn.
Sure is. Now, if Josh gets greedy and tries to Green Sun for a Knight or something like that...
I don't think he will.
I agree. I don't think he will. He probably can put Shaheen on Perish or Massacre or something similar.
I'm not sure that Josh has put Shaheen on Perish. I think his line right now is based on the fact that he got a second turn Sylvan Library.
Yeah.
And that Shaheen has literally no pressure on him. So he can just go up like 6 cards and make Shaheen have something.
Yep.
You know, that's
Shaheen has the sword in hand also.
So you were right about the sword.
So he's got sword Lingering Souls among his plays. So the Lingering Souls can't even get cast this turn.
No, none of it.
No.
Like I said, I really like this play because Shaheen has to spend his whole next turn dealing with the Thalia.
Yep. And so...
And he can't even plow the Thalia during attacks because, like, what if Josh has another Thalia?
He'll probably end of turn. Well...
If Josh has a Wasteland, this is a disaster for Shaheen.
Yeah.
Like... I think he wants to play a sack land to get better cards soon.
Yeah, I didn't see what was on top there.
It's like, I think, dirtily lands.
So Josh can theoretically... He can attack for 5, obviously, if he wants to. Or he can attack for 4 and keep his land up. Or attack for 3 with only one of his guys.
Yeah, I think he's swinging for all 5.
I think he'll probably swing for all 5.
Oh, does he have an Armageddon?
That may be Armageddon on the left side of Josh's hand.
If he has Armageddon, he's just going to keep all these cards and then cast the Armageddon.
Yeah. There's 2 lands on top, in addition to some other cards.
He's got to play the land first before the Armageddons.
Yep. He has to pay 5 if he does. First things first, though.
Oh, this is actually pretty clever. Like, if Shaheen screws up here and then plows...
And plows. And now Armageddon's going to happen. If that is Armageddon over there on the left side of Josh, the upper left-hand corner of Josh's hand.
And probably going to be game, boys, if this is an Armageddon.
So, funny story, I don't know. Oh, there is Armageddon.
Because he doesn't have to pay the 5th now.
Yep. And so he can play his land post-combat.
Shaheen
is going to sword the Pride Mage, it looks like. He has 2 in hand.
I see. I don't know if I would make that play. I think it might be better to let the Pride Mage just sword it on my own turn so that I'm not sacrificing an additional land. I think he's brainstorming.
Well, the Marsh Flats was going to die anyway.
Yeah, but you don't have to thaw out another actual mana tapping land out of your deck.
Oh, true.
So I don't think he's going to sword the... I think he's going to brainstorm and see if he can stop it with the Force of Will.
I see. If he kept in any Force of Wills. There's a brainstorm.
I mean, he must have kept in Force of Wills, or there's no way he would make this
Yes.
play.
No Force of Will.
No Force of Will.
Good old-fashioned counterspell.
Does he have a land in his hand?
I believe he has 1 land in his hand, yes.
So Josh is going to play a post-combat land. I like Josh's position. It's great relative to Shaheen's position right now.
And Shaheen has a fetch land, which is probably going to go get a Tundra to be able to deal with this Pride Mage, I would imagine.
So Josh is just going to fuel himself, though. He can get, like, the Scavenging Ooze, or he can he Green Sun Zenith for anything of significance here? Maybe, he can Green Sun Zenith for,
I think, well, he has Mother of Runes in his hand now, so that's going to be the plan this turn. But in the meantime, because I Pride Mage gets Swords to Plowshares.
So the thing is, the Swords of Plowshares there is actually fueling Josh's ability to use...
To draw cards. That's one of the
Sylvan
more powerful
Library.
things about the Sylvan Library is that your Knights become 10-10s, 12-12s. And if they get Swords, then you just turn that into Ancestral Recall. Mazavith, not the land we were looking for.
That's still a drop.
It had to come into play at some point, I suppose. So Shaheen's going to play the third Brainstorm of the game, looking for some mana, and he's found some.
So can Josh actually attack here with Mother of Runes?
No,
and then
You don't attack with Mother of Runes.
No, he's against an island, and then untap it with the Mazavith. You smash in and then untap it with the Mazavith.
That's adorable. Sure. For the extra 1 damage.
Yeah, if you were against the plains, I would never say that.
Right.
But against an island, I think you get the damage in.
That's like squealing out of a parking lot, though. Like, that's just a really fancy play for not too much of a payoff.
You don't think
he'll do it?
The damage is worth it?
I guess he'll probably do it. Like, it's a good play. It's correct. Like, it's gonna happen right now. There you go. Just because he had nothing better to do.
Oh, so Josh misses land drop after the Armageddon. That's bad for
That's
him.
not very good. And here's Stoneforge Mystic. Even with all of the cards he's drawn,
so Josh has got to plow this.
He may have Armageddoned himself out of this game.
Oh, there's a green, no probs. And a wasteland? You can just pay.
He's at 4,
he's at
though.
4?
Fortunately, Mother of Runes is in play and can gain protection from black, which of course the germ is black.
When did he go to 4?
He paid a bunch of life.
But he got plowed.
And then he paid a bunch of life after that.
Fair enough.
He got plowed for a 2-power creature and plowed for a 2-power creature, which adds up to 4, and then drew 5 extra cards. I believe is what happened. And even with all those extra cards, still didn't find very many lands. He's got Wasteland Forest, the other Sylvan Library. Those cards are not very good in multiples.
So, I think the play is... I mean, I don't know. It depends if he's playing around days or if he's playing around...
There's no way he's playing around days.
So then he plows the Stoneforge Mystic, wastelands the Tundra. Oh, these are new cards that he hasn't paid for yet. Oh, he can't do both then, right?
Right. So we took the forest, it looks like.
I would be uncomfortable not killing the Stoneforge Mystic here.
Or wastelanding the white mana.
Well, he took the forest.
Right. One of the two, though, is my point. Does he have a Swords to Plowshares in hand?
I believe he has a Swords to Plowshares in hand.
Gonna make that sword maker into a farmer, possibly?
I think right now he's considering, oh man, I should have kept the wasteland, not the forest.
This is a look that I've seen Josh make, that hand on his cheek look. I used to play against him in a couple PTQs, or I've played him in a couple PTQs, and that's a look that I'm quite familiar with. And whenever I see that, I know that I am just in the worst possible trouble, because he's figuring out, it's like the computer intelligence figuring out the humans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're just like studying you and finding your weaknesses. That's what's going through his head. Is he's just finding exactly the avenue to victory.
So he's going to get the beat in because his mother is going to get big enough to rumble with that Stoneforge Mystic.
That's right.
And then he's going to Mazavith it back.
2/2 Mom You. How's that taste? Oh, block.
Wow.
Really?
Shaheen must have like a something.
Block, you say? What?
I'm very surprised at that.
That was weird.
Josh is going to wasteland here, right?
Is Shaheen at a different life total, or?
Oh, wait. Josh shuffled away the wasteland with the Greenstone Zenith, right?
Yes.
So he's not going to wasteland here.
I'm very confused by that. So this is going to be a Thalia on top for Josh. Thalia is just the biggest kick in the junk to control players.
Agree.
It's just...
Oh, look at it. It's so beautiful. He's playing it.
Ah, got countered. Rats.
Swing in with the Mother of Runes. Same play
Mom
we've seen the last 3 turns.
Yeah.
I love this.
Shaheen's life total is different than what it currently says.
Is Josh's life total different from what it currently
No, I
says?
believe Josh's is correct.
Because all those plays we were talking about, I was like, oh, Josh has plenty of life.
Right. I believe Josh's life total is correct. But the mom did swing in for 2 last turn, and the life total didn't change, so.
All right, so probably mom is done attacking for a while. What is that card that he keeps drawing and not keeping in the middle?
Is it Choke?
If it was Choke, I think he would have tried to cast it by. Oh, Wasteland, awesome card.
Well, Choke was never really good at any point in this game. Like, when Choke became good, Armageddon was better. And then Shaheen never really had any lands in play until now, really.
I think Josh is probably going to rip up that scrub land.
Yep. Keep Shaheen off of the black mana. 1 damage.
Oh, he takes out the blue instead.
And Scavenging Ooze.
Wait, why didn't he untap the Noble Hierarch so that he could use the Scavenging Ooze?
I don't know.
Dislike.
Yeah.
Probably gonna get perished here, right?
That's entirely possible. That seems likely. So Shaheen is at 9 now.
He's gonna take another 1 from the mother next turn in all likelihood, right?
Yep.
Unless Josh has something even
Not
sexier.
the fastest clock in the world, but
Yeah, but Shaheen doesn't have much land.
yes. And his hand is clogged up with a bunch of 3s. And 5. Perish. That's a card. Leaves him with the mother, though. And on top, that is the Choke.
He's got a choke here, right?
Yeah, if he has a
He has no
land.
land?
Does he have the
There's
extra
no
land?
land on top, is there?
No, there's no land on top. Assuming Josh can cast this Choke, that seems like the best play.
And his
I think he
land
has
is Caracas.
Yeah, his land is Caracas, so he can't.
So he's got to go back to.
Looks like he has a Scavenging Ooze in play as well. So
no.
the Ooze might be the play.
Scavenging Ooze in hand, you mean?
Yes, Scavenging Ooze in hand. Life from the
Oh,
Loam.
Life from
There
the
we
Loam.
go.
Oh, this is going to be amazing.
Nice. That's much better.
Oh, this is much more comfortable. Oh, Wasteland, excellent.
So do you think he wastes here?
For sure, he wastes the blue-white land. Oh no, the black-white land.
Get the black-white
Yeah.
land. There it is. Scrub land hits the bin.
Very bad position for Shaheen Soorani now.
Yeah, he can't cast any of the spells in his hand. Yep, and that's the end. Seeing the writing on the wall there, even though Josh didn't really have the pressure yet, he knew it was coming.
I mean, Josh played like a beautiful, methodical game.
Yep.
He was like if this were a chess game, he'd be like keeping Shaheen on the corners. You know, like it.
Yeah. I'm still very perplexed by the block from Shaheen.
I agree. Yeah.
If Twitter can explain that one to me, that would be lovely. Shaheen's too good of a player, and I'm too not good of a player for me to think the way I am, and for him to have made that block so quickly.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe and it was a throwaway, right? Maybe he missed the Exalted trigger.
That's possible.
I mean, it's possible he missed the Exalted trigger.
So game 3, does anything change on the play for Shaheen? Certainly his discard becomes better.
I think that what changes for Shaheen is more that Josh's draw gets less dramatically advantaged. Like, Josh on the play is brutal, right? First turn, Mother of Runes is really powerful. Shaheen has to answer it immediately. Or first turn, Noble Hierarch. Even if he only has one copy of Choke, it threatens a fast one, right?
Right.
I think that the advantage that Shaheen has in going first is more that these plays are less likely to smash him.
Right.
But that is a significant thing, right?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I'm just not smart enough
I
to figure this
think
out.
he missed the exalted trigger.
Yeah.
He thought
I
Josh was
think
just
that's
gonna
what
untap it,
happened.
Like,
And hey, look, it's even the best in the game, who Shaheen is, he's top 8 at Nationals. He's done very well on the Star City circuit. He's a very good player. Even, it's like the end of a long day. Not that I'm making excuses. We're all human, is all I'm saying.
or he might have had a good reason for it.
He may have had a
or
good
at least
reason.
Thought he had a good reason for
I
it.
couldn't see it, but
I mean, what if his reason was just he thought Josh had a plow and it was dead anyway?
sure.
That could be a reason.
That makes sense.
Well, that was kind of goofball that Josh was locked under double Caracas and his land was a tundra.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sorry, a taiga.
A taiga. He locked himself out with his own lands that
It's,
game.
like,
That's
really
why,
weird.
Yeah, I don't see as tight as Joshua's creatures and spells are. These lands, man, you gotta tighten up the lands. It just makes me upset when I see Gaia's Cradle in this deck.
Why? It was awesome when I saw him play.
Yeah,
earlier.
and for every time it's awesome, it's just miserable to average 3 other games. Like, it's a blowout when you've got a Scavenging Ooze or when you want to equip your equipment to 3 different creatures in a turn.
One of he can find it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one-of, but like, it's a one-of he can find it is an argument that you could use for the creatures with Green Sun Zenith, but he's not messing around with the main deck Gadok Teeg either. I'm just saying that,
I know how Josh thinks when he's making this deck.
Yeah.
We've had numerous discussions over it. The reason he played this deck is because he saw so many reasonable to good players playing Merfolk.
Yes.
And this deck beats up Merfolk.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think Josh is under any illusions that this deck is preternaturally powerful. When he
Right.
top
No,
aided,
this is definitely a fair deck
Like,
that preys on the other fair decks.
when he top aided the Invitational a few months ago, he was playing with Force of Will and Jace the Mind
Yeah.
Sculptor.
No,
Like,
this is definitely a metagame call. He doesn't strike me as the type of player to set aside brainstorms without a very good reason.
yeah.
But I'm telling you, these one-of lands are making me very upset. Like, I didn't play a Maze of Ith when I played.
Really?
Yeah,
It seems like really
I had it in my
powerful.
sideboard, to be fair. The Gaia's Cradle is upsetting. The Taiga is upsetting to me. I just don't think that they're necessary.
The Taiga seems real goofball.
The Taiga's real goofball. It's possible he just wanted another duel for some reason.
No, it's just to play for the gut shot. The thing
That's-
that's weird to me is he only has 1 choke. I thought you want like 3 chokes.
So against the decks you want choke, you want to like naturally play it on turn 3.
Yeah, or turn 2.
Or on turn 2. Although the Armageddons do it like a halfway decent choke impression, I suppose.
Let's see. Shaheen looks like he's got Terminus in his opening hand. I think I would be. I don't know what the rest of his hand is. I
Be
can't
wary
tell.
to.
I think I would just ship because he's not getting anywhere near 6.
Well, unless he's got a Brainstorm. A Brainstorm, of course, makes the Terminus significantly better.
True story, Ruben.
It looks like he has a Ponder. I'm not sure if he has Brainstorm. I didn't see it.
So he went for an Underground Sea. Could be Ponder.
Yeah, do we have a discard spell that I didn't see? I think he's probably just pondering. Nope, Inquisition that I
Wrong
didn't
again,
see. Yep.
Ruben Breslin.
Yeah, sometimes. All right, we got some lands.
Plenty of lands.
We've got Jite, Armageddon,
Qasali
Pride Mage, and Choke.
Choke.
Choke
Goodbye,
in
Choke.
the opener.
Well, I don't know what else Shaheen's got, but
This seems like a real weak hand for Josh.
you think?
Yeah, this is not a...
I think this hand's fine.
I don't like this hand at all.
You think this hand's better than worse than 6 cards?
Probably not. But I guess this is probably better than most 6s, but there's nearly no pressure. The Jite is actually fairly weak. I mean, he saw Lingering Souls, so he had to keep it.
Yeah, I thought it was like snap choke, and there's no way that Josh is getting the choke back. So.
Yeah.
Josh probably overvalued that hand because of the presence of choke and Armageddon.
Yeah,
So
I would agree with that.
That Inquisition of Kozilek
And Shaheen
changed things quite a bit.
Shaheen nearly took the Qasali Pride Mage, but I'm sure
no
he's
pressure.
got exactly. A choke is fine and all, but then you let your opponent just draw more lands until they find a Vindicate.
This
or
looks like
something.
it could be quickly a blowout.
Yeah, this one could be Hopefully not. I would much rather see a nice skill game.
Then Josh's scripted play is going to be Kasali Pride Mage here. And we saw that Shaheen had multiple Swords to Plowshares, so...
Yes. He's also got Vindicate now.
So I think that Josh Ravitz might not be long for this world.
It's not looking great.
So, what do we have
Things are looking
here?
a little gloomy.
Well, you know, at least Shaheen only got Batterskull.
That's true.
I don't get why he keeps getting Batterskull. Like, Jitte is so powerful, and you know Josh has a Jitte.
Well, he might be wary of Josh's Swords to Plowshares, just to, you know, play around it, I guess. There's a Scavenging Ooze. Ooze laughing now, Shaheen Soorani.
Probably still Shaheen.
Probably still Shaheen.
Snapcaster Mage?
That is a Snapcaster Mage.
What a blowout.
There's a Jace on top with a Brainstorm and a land.
Shaheen Soorani's got to be having a party in his brain right now.
Yeah, he's got pretty much everything he could ever want right now.
This is a textbook lesson in 2-for-1s against fair creatures.
Yep.
Probably Shaheen just plays his land so that you can Batterskull at the end of turn,
Yeah,
right?
I would think so. There's no reason for Shaheen to do anything else here, I wouldn't think. Unless he wants to make a discard spell.
I don't think so. He's gaining like 3 mana by just using the
Yep, and he's going to pass.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Now, I was going to reference earlier, you'll notice on Shaheen's left hand, he's got that
Brace.
brace. You know what that's from?
Carpal Tunnel?
It's from Carpal Tunnel from playing too much Magic. That's what he told me. Too much Moto, too much real-life shuffling. That's a sports injury, is what that is. So, Kasali Pride Mage from Josh Ravitz. And he tried to swing in with a 3/3 Scavenging Ooze, which, thanks to Exalted. Shaheen is going to have him wait a second. He's going to sword the Pride Mage pre-combat. Doesn't want the trigger to go on the stack. And Shaheen's going to take 2, it looks like.
I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that pre-combat Kasali Pride Mage.
Well, if he was going to get rid of the Pride Mage, he wanted to do it before the attacks. It may have been during the attack step, I should say.
No. Just Josh even playing it. I'm not sure
I
feel that way.
Well, he just wanted to apply as much pressure as he could, I imagine. But yeah, I'm still not in love with it.
He's down a card right now because of the Stoneforge Mystic, and the card that he's down is quite a significant one.
Brainstorm from Shaheen. Almost certainly going to put a Terminus on top.
Probably put a Terminus too deep or something.
Yeah, there it is. And then Jace. Oh, nope. Looks like Terminus will be... Where are you putting Terminus, Shaheen? Yeah, Shaheen's just got everything he could ever want right now.
I think in this position he can afford to slow play
the Terminus.
No, slow play like the whole game.
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely. Let the game come to you
and get an advantage, get a 2-for-1 on every exchange.
Yep. And that's why you want to put the Terminus too deep, I think.
Mm-hmm. Let Josh think that there's hope.
Yep. There's nothing terribly scary that Josh can do next turn. Like the scariest thing that Josh can do next turn is what? Play Knight of the Reliquary, maybe. But even that's not that bad.
A guy, whatever it is, right?
Yeah. When I was playing Maverick, I had a couple trump cards for matchups like this, like Garruk Relentless. He's very good against Stoneblade.
You eat their guy.
You eat their guy. They have no way to interact it once it hits the board.
You can attack it.
I mean, if you've eaten their Stoneforge Mystic, how many guys do they have left in their deck?
Souls.
I mean, not that many of them, though, is my point. And
I don't know.
Also, I had one of the things that I've seen adopted recently from Maverick decks is Gideon Jura.
Really?
Yeah, which seems awesome.
I think,
especially in the mirror.
I think Kibler had one before.
Possibly not for this matchup, but the mirror, it's insane because it makes your opponent's Noble Hierarchs and Mother of Runes attack. And that's very fun.
Well, they can just tap them.
Sure. But then they can't be used on your opponent's turn. Or second main phase. End of turn batter skull. After Thalia comes down for Josh Ravitz. Now, Josh has his own Caracas to be able to prevent the life gain if he wants.
Not just that, but to defend Thalia from removal, including the terminus.
I also I made reference to Shaheen's left hand. You'll notice on Shaheen's right hand he has a wedding ring. Shaheen's wife is here.
Yeah.
Right. And I've always noticed that he plays better when she's around. Like she goes to all the invitationals, I think, and he's top 8'd the last 2. He's playing well here. She wasn't here yesterday, I don't think. So I don't know. That might be.
He almost made top 8 yesterday. He lost his win in round 8.
Well,
round 9.
Okay, that's fair. He's maybe whatever. My point was I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be cutesy. Anyway. She made the trip.
How's Josh get out of this?
I don't know.
Is there getting out of it?
This is pretty rough for Josh. That's Cavern of Souls off the top after already having a land in hand. Josh's remaining business is, looks like Jite and maybe a Swords? I didn't see what the other card was.
I think it's hard for Josh to
Armageddon.
Put any relevance onto this game.
Yep. So there's a 3-mana Umezawa's Jite. Sheen says that's okay.
Josh breaks land. We tapped his Caracas. I dislike tapping your Caracas.
Yeah. That's an odd one.
I feel like Thalia might die now.
Yeah, that's a little perplexing. Although perhaps Josh is just signaling that he's going to use all of his mana this turn. Equipping the Jite or...
I don't think he's going to equip the Jite.
Feigning green mana up.
You know what? Thalia Jite is pretty good because it has first strike.
Yes.
So maybe, okay. Let's see that. That's a clean interaction.
So he's able to shrink the germ before it can even deal any damage.
So Shaheen's thinking about something.
Yep, but that's going to get sword. So none of it even matters. Big slow arc on that sword for Shaheen. Probably not going to do anything with that terminus at this point.
And
this is rough territory for Josh Ravitz.
I think this one picks up the scavenging ruse.
Yep.
Swings.
Swing with everyone, dealing
4,
7.
5, 7, yep.
Putting Josh to 10.
I mean, Josh just doesn't have the spells to get out of this.
And he drew another land, and there it is. So Shaheen Soorani wins the match against Joshua Ravitz.
I think he's not even through to the top 8, right? He was at the bottom of the standings.
No, he was X1, wasn't he?
At the bottom of the X1s. Josh was at the top of the X1s.
Right.
Right? So I think Shaheen actually still has to play, I would guess. Because Shaheen was...
he was 16th going into the round.